Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we are week 3 looking at Christmas trees and things of our 12 weeks of Christmas. And we were looking at the grassy grove and the lovely trees in the last one. And I said that we were going to do this one again. This time we are going to be using the dies because there is a beautiful tree background die, which is this one. Absolutely glorious. And what I do is I cut out, so I've used some glimmer paper and I'll bring it through because I've already cut it out because I've taken all the little pieces out. So basically it will fit in like that. Run it through and just make your, whatever your mat size is the size you're going to use. Little piece come out of there. Okay, and yeah, these dies are just so worth it. Excuse me. You've got this background one, you've got the lovely deer, which I've used. I'm going to use a deer on this one. You've got the background pieces to cut out to go over the top. It really is a lovely stamp and die set. I've used it so much and will carry on using it so much because it's beautiful, particularly for Christmas time. So we have cut out this in glimmer paper. It is retired glimmer paper that I've had for quite a while. As I said, I'm using what I've got. I can see there's a couple of little pieces that haven't quite fallen out, so I need to just take those pieces out. And I've chosen a piece of black to put it on, and my black is just a little bit bigger because I think it will look nice on the black. So what I want to do though is I don't want it to just look black. I want it to be a starry sky. So the other Christmas stamp set is Peaceful Dear, Lovely Stars. So we're going to use the stars on there. I've already put them onto a block, and I am going to put those in on the center, little bit of twinkly, and I'm going to use some silver. Might have to go and get the silver actually, because I've just realized I've only got my gold out at the moment because I've been doing it. So I'm going to start by putting it there so I can see where I am, and then I can take this off and I can just put some little stars around in on that area, so I know that they are going to come out in the silver and cover that area. Okay, so I now need to just get my scrap of paper out again, which I always fall in half, and I need to get some silver. Bear with me a second. Now, I did turn around and say I don't need that this time. When there's colours I use a lot, and I use silver a lot, I've just got a little Tupperware pot and I keep it inside with a little plastic spoon that I've had for quite a while. So it means that you can pick it up and just dot it over. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got all of that covered nicely and give it a good old flick. If you flick it, it will stop any of the little pieces coming out. Now, I didn't use my anti-static bag on this, but it was quite... I knew that I hadn't had my fingers on it too much. So now I need to just take my embossing tool, heat gun, and I'm just going to go in over the top of here. It will curl a bit, but you can see it's coming through beautifully silvery. Always when you're using your heat gun, don't waft it about. Literally just move it gently from one part to the other. If you waft it about, you don't get concentrated heat. So that's why you can see me just doing it very carefully from one part to the other. Okay, so that's given us our little night sky stars in the background, which is lovely. And then that means that that can then go in on top like that. And you've got the lovely stars coming through in the background. So I need to, you can see it's warped slightly. If you just bend it a little bit, it will be fine. Sometimes heating it on the other side will flatten it, but not always. So I need to make sure that I've given this a reasonable amount of glue. I use wet glue because I find that it works, for me, it works the best. So I'm doing it right the way around the edges because that we need to be stuck down really well. So around these edges, and then I'm doing down through the pieces of the tree. Not really overly fussed on all of it, but if you come down through on the tree, then it works. And this is probably one where you really need this one to get this effect, because I don't know that there's anything that is similar, but it is, as I say, one that I've used again and again, so I don't feel bad about using it in our trying to be a bit frugal. Now I've got this coming in like that. I am going to put it down on the other side and give it a real good rub. And then I need to make sure that this is stuck nicely onto my card base. And this I've cut so that it's almost the complete size of my card base. There's very little, there's about 1/8 of an inch, if that. So I'm just going to put this through on here, because that will help stick it down because of the slight warping of the black. So I'm going to put this in like this. Make sure it's all stuck down in here, and that'll start straightening it out. And if you find it still warps a bit, just stick it down underneath a book or something, because then that will help. And then I've done the little deer. So I've got this little deer that I can then just put in on the center like that, or I could put it out over. I could have had a little star there, but I don't think it matters too much. I think it's quite nice to just have the night sky behind. And I've embossed a little Merry Christmas just on black. So I'm going to glue these down. I don't want to have any more height, because if I put the deer on, it's going to be proud. I could have done the border in dimensionals if I wanted to, but I didn't really. Now you will find that if you're putting this onto glitter, it sometimes takes a little while to adhere. So you sometimes need to just press it down a bit until it's taken hold, otherwise it can pop up. But that's gone quite well. And then I'm just going to put this little one in over on where the stars are. And as I say, you can do this in whatever colour you want. So if you haven't got this gold glimmer paper, you know, you can do it on something else. Just use whatever you feel like using. Oh, a little bit too much glue on that foot. It'll dry clear, so that's fine. But you can see on that you've now got a beautiful, beautiful sparkly Christmas card which I think is really pretty, and you've got the stars twinkling in the background. As I say, I could have extended the stars out just a little bit if I wanted to, but I think it looks all right. You don't have to have stars all in the sky. They are in little bits and other bits not, but it breaks up that black a bit. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.